Hello and welcome back to Good Evening KU. I'm Adrian Campa.
And I'm Mary Kianinia.
Hey Mary, so how was your weekend?
It was actually pretty awful because I had to get a flu shot.
Ooh,
You know,
that sounds a little painful. Did it hurt?
it did hurt. Yeah, it was more of a mental aspect, but you know, shots are just gross in general.
Did you cry?
I wanted to. I really wanted to.
I feel that.
Did you get one?
You know, I haven't got one yet. I plan on getting one this Friday, so I will let you know if I cry.
Yeah, I heard the dorm situations are weird because if somebody gets sick, it's like a whole floor gets sick. So
Yeah.
it's important to get that. How was your weekend?
It was pretty good. It was busy. I didn't have a lot of downtime, but I enjoy being busy.
That's good. Did you hear about National Coffee Day?
You know, I didn't. I completely forgot it was National Coffee Day.
No, I did too until I saw it on Instagram and I was like, oh my god, I love coffee.
Me
It's
too.
like my favorite thing.
What's your favorite coffee?
Just like black coffee or like a latte with honey.
Mine is caramel macchiatos.
Ooh, you're basic.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, and then how about the weather? It got really weird.
Yeah, today is like we went from a little bit of a cool down to this really hot summer-like trend again.
Yeah.
And if you've noticed outside, it's pretty humid out, and our dew point currently is in the lower 70s, which is tropical level. So it's like we're in Kansas, northern Kansas, and yet it feels like we're on an island.
That's so weird because it was about to hail this weekend.
Yeah, there
It
was some
didn't.
storms, and it wasn't enough to cool us down, sadly.
That's crazy. Why do you think it didn't hail?
The way the storms formed along a cold front, the front pushed a little bit further south of Lawrence than anticipated at first. But I don't
Okay.
think a lot of people were complaining. A lot of college students on campus that probably don't know where to park their cars if it hails.
Right. I would not want to walk out to dents in my car. That would not be fun.
Did you see the snowstorm up north?
I heard about it. Somebody told me about it earlier. That's crazy. 53 inches, I think?
Yeah, there's some locations that got over 50 inches of snow, and it's still snowing there. So I mean, it's brutal up there. Like that's feet and feet of snow. I
That's
couldn't
insane.
imagine.
That's crazy. I've never seen that much snow in my entire life.
Neither have I. Do you like the snow?
I love the snow. I hate humid weather, so this is like
Oh,
the
yeah,
worst for me
for
right
sure.
now. So I'm excited for next week to get cold and then hot again, unfortunately.
Well, you're in luck because we're expecting a cool down this week, but I don't think it'll last very long.
Do you think we'll get a lot of snow this year?
You know, it's too early to tell right now, but if it's anything like last year was pretty brutal for our area. We got a lot of snow, and temperatures were like getting down into the negatives and wind chills to like -20.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, it felt miserable out. So hopefully we don't have that brutal of a winter, but I do hope we have an active winter with snow so we can have some more snow days.
Oh my gosh. I don't actually know. I'm a freshman, so I'm not sure about how snow days work here. Is that?
They kind of decide either the night before if they know it's going to be really bad, like if the weather's predicting, like several inches of snow, or if the temperatures are going to be extremely brutal, like in the negatives, like wind chills, past like -20, they'll cancel. But usually like the morning of they'll cancel, or if conditions are getting worse throughout the day, they'll cancel like in the afternoon.
Okay.
So it's just kind of depending on how bad it is or how bad it's predicted to be.
All right. Do you like snow?
Oh yes, I love snow.
Good. Good. We can be friends.
Yes, we can make snowballs and throw them at people.
Sweet. We have a plan now. This is our bonding for whatever is
Oh,
happening
yeah.
right now.
Maybe later in the
Yes,
semester we
okay.
could like host again, but outside throwing snow at people.
That would be so much fun. I would love to throw snow at specific people sometimes.
Drinking my basic coffee while doing it.
Oh yeah, your pumpkin spice latte
Oh yeah.
and your UGG boots.
You know, I don't have any right now, but just because you said that, I'm going to order some off Amazon.
Perfect. We're geared up to go
Oh,
for
yeah.
a perfect snow fight.
Going to be super basic this fall with
Already
Adrian and
am
Mary.
super basic.
It's like, good morning, KU
Check.
who?
Already did it. I'm already there.
Oh yeah. So, do you have any exciting plans for this weekend?
I mean, honestly, I just kind of want to sleep.
Oh yeah.
So much homework that I just kind of want to like knock out.
What is
and-
homework? Just sleep.
Right.
That's my
exactly.
advice to all the freshmen. Just sleep.
Just sleep. It doesn't matter. It does matter. Do your homework.
It does matter. Well,
Well,
disclaimer. Our producers no.
I don't know. What are you gonna do this weekend?
I intern all day Friday, but besides that, I think I'm just going to sleep all day Saturday. I'm going to pretend it's winter and go into hibernation.
Just turn like the thermostat all the way down and then
Oh
like,
yeah.
wrap up in a blanket. I always love to turn myself into a burrito when that happens, and then just like sleep.
Oh yeah, because cuddle season's upon us, so just wrap yourself up.
Oh yeah, I think it's time to wrap this up.
Oh yeah, well, I do believe our interview's next.
Yep, from the theater department.
Yeah, so stay tuned.
Have a nice day. You too. Have a great day. Thanks. You too.
Make someone's day. Pay it forward.
From adversity, we rose. We made history and became pioneers, voyagers, champions, Jayhawks. And when our chant rises, haunting and hallowed, Jayhawks are telling the world what's near. Victory.
Welcome back. I am joined with Dominique Waller, who is one of the leads in KU Theater's upcoming production of The Christians. I'm Nicole Dolan. Hi, Dominique. How are you?
Hi, Nicole. How are you? I'm good.
Could you tell me a little bit more about The Christians?
The Christians is a play by Lucas Nath, who is a very, very contemporary playwright. As of now, very big and up and coming. I believe he was nominated for Tony. As well as The Christians, the primary response is there a hell? And if there isn't, then how does that affect everyone else in the Christian community?
Wow, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
So what made you want to audition for The Christians?
The primary, I really wanted to work with Marcus Potter, who is a new director. He's in his second year teaching here at KU. He's very new, so I wanted to just see what he was like. He's very big in New York. He runs his own theater company, New York Rep, and it's just been exciting.
Cool, that's so cool. So could you tell me a little bit more of your character in character?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
All right. My name is Jenny. I'm a congregate at the megachurch here in Lawrence, and I was somewhat recently divorced. I have a child, my son Donnie, and we go here every Sunday, sometimes twice a week on Wednesdays. It's very exciting. I just started seeing somebody new that I met here at the singles group. Ooh. Yeah, and Pastor Paul, he's truly a gift. He's he's helped me so much with my divorce, and he's helped me just find a place in understanding.
That was good. Good job. Good job.
Thank you.
So, how long have you and your cast members been preparing for The Christians?
We start preparing a week before school opens, so we were in the rehearsal process for about 8 or so weeks. And then we start with a table read, of course, to just get the feelings of everything, see the new script. And then we just jump in on it with character work and just hammering out lines, memorization.
Wow. So how has that team sort of family theater environment been?
The theater department is fairly small. It feels small because you know everyone. You're in classes constantly with everyone. You see each other all the time in the green room. Yeah. And it's a really tight-knit community. We all like each other. We all talk about everything together. So, yeah. That's
so cool. So for maybe someone interested in joining the theater department, what advice would you give them?
My advice is the advice that was given to me is just, if you want to do theater, you can do it. There's no requirements. There's no glass ceiling. You can just jump in, be yourself, and find other people that have things in common with you.
So cool. So could you tell me when and where The Christians will be at?
Yes, we just finished up our first week, and then we will have it again this week, October 4th to the 6th. Okay. Friday and Saturday are our evening performances. House opens at 7, and for KU students, tickets are $10 prior to house opening, but $15 at the door. And for standard adults, it's $25. You can get that online or at Murphy Hall box office.
Perfect.
And then our evening performances start at, house opens at 7, and we start at 7:30. And for Sunday, our matinee performance starts at 2 p.m. House opens at 2 p.m. and we start at 2:30.
That's perfect. Would you like to tell the people anything else?
Come see the show. It's really great. It's really thought-provoking, and we have a great dramaturgical display in our lobby that is really interactive, and I think you all enjoy.
Well, thank you, Dominique, for joining us.
Thank you, Nicole, for having me.
And that's it for us, y'all. Be sure to catch us after the break with some news.
For students searching for a way to stay active in an outdoorsy way, the City of Lawrence has bike trails running in every direction, and with the new bike share program, we can stay in shape as we tour the sights of our beautiful city. Clinton Lake is only a short 30-minute bike ride away from Daisy Hill and has the most incredible sunset location in all of Lawrence. Walking campus may give you the KU calves, but biking can give you the KU thighs. Bike Lawrence today.
Welcome back, I'm Kat.
And I'm Angelica. This is your Good Evening KU News update.
As more details come out surrounding President Trump's phone call with Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky and the whistleblower complaint, Trump's lawyer Rudy Giuliani is now being implicated. New reports show that Trump and Giuliani ran a shadow foreign policy in Ukraine that interfered with elections in both the United States and Ukraine. House Democrats issued their first subpoena on Friday in the impeachment inquiry, requesting documents from the Secretary of State Mike Pompeo.
2 people were killed and 2 were injured after a car on a roller coaster derailed and plunged to the ground on Saturday in a Mexico City amusement park. One woman had to have surgery on her leg, and the other is in serious condition after sustaining a brain injury. A preliminary investigation has indicated that a mechanical failure caused the incident, which is being investigated by police as negligent homicide.
A man accused of driving an SUV through a mall in suburban Chicago earlier this month is now facing a charge of state terrorism. 22-year-old Javier Garcia is charged with 1 felony account, each of terrorism and criminal damage to property. Garcia was also denied police bail. Police say that Garcia acted alone and a motive has not yet been determined. Garcia allegedly crashed a black Chevrolet Trailblazer into Woodfield Mall on September 20th.
A former KU basketball assistant volleyball coach was sentenced in a burglary case in which he stole the underwear from athletes on his team. 24-year-old Skylar Yee was sentenced to 60 days in jail and 2 years of probation after being convicted for 2 counts of felony residential burglary. He's also required to register as a sex offender for 15 years and is banned from coaching volleyball or any other sport. He was initially arrested and charged in February of this year.
Snoop Dogg was confirmed on Friday afternoon as this year's Late Night in the Fog performer. Past headliners include 2 Chainz and Lil Yachty. Late Night is an annual event hosted by Kansas Athletics and Allen Fieldhouse to kick off both the men's and women's basketball seasons, and will take place this Friday at 6:30 p.m.
The KU football team fell to TCU over the weekend, losing 51-14. Turnovers plagued the Jayhawks and allowed the Horned Frogs to get out to a 38-0 lead by halftime. Kansas actually won the second half, outscoring TCU 14-13 over the final 2 chapters. The Jayhawks will host the 6th-ranked Oklahoma Sooners on Saturday.
This has been your Good Evening KU News update. Stick around and Adrian will be back after the break with the weather.
You may not hear it at first, but it's there. Our chant, rising. On this summit, callings converge, voices unify into a chorus that sounds out for good, for greatness. Can you hear it?
Hello and welcome back to Good Evening KU. I'm Adrian Campa here with your weather forecast. Now before we get into the forecast, we should take a look at some headlines. Now as you can tell from being outside, the winds are pretty gusty out. Now, we're also expecting a cool down in our area, finally, to get rid of this heat that we're experiencing right now, and we are expecting some stormy weather to move in. Now, currently, right now, it is 88 degrees, pretty toasty out, partly cloudy, very humid with a dew point temperature of 70 degrees. So it is extremely humid. This is like mid-July type humidity we're experiencing. So thanks to that dew point being 70, our feels like temperature is 94 degrees. And our winds are from the south, drawing up that moisture at 20 miles an hour. And we also are experiencing some pretty gusty winds with gusts to 30 to 40 miles an hour. So if you're outside, hold on to your hat. Now, from 6 to 9 p.m., temperatures should start to cool off to only around 78 degrees. The winds will remain pretty gusty at 10 miles an hour. Again, from the south, still drawing that continuous moisture. Now, for tonight, we're expecting a low temperature of 72 degrees, a few clouds, and then becoming mostly clear. And again, those gusty winds, a big topic, they're going to be sticking around. Winds from the south at 15 miles an hour, a gust 20 to 30 miles an hour, and only getting down to 72, so it's still going to be pretty warm out. Now for tomorrow, we're expecting a high temperature of 89 degrees. It's going to be mostly sunny throughout the day. Once we get into the afternoon, I think we're going to start having a lot more clouds build in. We're going to start seeing some storm chances, and a 70% chance of storms. Again, like I said, the winds tomorrow will be from the southwest at 15 to 25 miles an hour, but our gusts are going to be even higher tomorrow than they were today. We could see gusts over 45 miles an hour, so tomorrow's a day you don't want to be doing any homework outside. Now, I said there's storm chances coming. With this is from the National Weather Service out of Kansas City. And with this, you can see that Lawrence, we're expecting 2 to 3 inches of rain from Tuesday night through Thursday. So if you have any activities planned during these next several days, you'll want to plan for the rain since we are expecting a lot of thunderstorms to move into our area. Now, speaking of those thunderstorms, you can see that the best chance for thunderstorms will be Tuesday night into Wednesday. And Wednesday is when a cold front will be moving through, and that's very noticeable. After tomorrow, toasty 89 and only 66 degrees on Thursday. So we are expecting this cool off, but it's not going to be sticking around too long. I think maybe a week, and then we're going to start rebounding to warmer temperatures. But overall, a stormy and cooler week after we get past Tuesday is expected. Well, that's all we have for you today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.